Welcome back, guys. Today we'll talk about the second part of the survival guide. On May 11, pirates have been added to the pool, but now on May 15 we're gonna get demons, and on May 22 we're gonna get Quill Boards and mechs. Let's talk about those. We have some really cool changes. They got rid of Dark Gaze, and instead of Dark Gaze, they are adding a lot more synergies for the blood gems themselves. The main new cards that you will have to build your comp around if you want to play Quill Boards are Moonbake Jetzer. On Battlecry is gonna buff all your gems with +1 health, and then there is the Prickly Piper. On Death Rattle, for the rest of the game, give an extra +1 attack to all your gems. So now we can just make big gems and then use them to buff our board. You don't even have to buff Quill Boards with them, you can just buff anything. For that reason, Chargla got nerfed. It now plays the gems on your other minions, so it doesn't buff itself anymore, which is fair enough. Like, the big gems are gonna be very strong. Other than that, you can still play your good old Agam comp plus Prophet of the Boar. These are gonna be the main ways to play Quill Boards. There's also the Bristleback, which is an interesting card. Avenge 1 is always a powerful effect, although the buffs are gonna be temporary because they happen during the fight, and Quill Boards don't have any summoning mechanics within the tribe, so you will have to play other tribes in order to get good value out of this Bristleback, but it only buffs Quill Boards, which makes it very weird. I would like it way better if this will play a blood gem on every type and not just Quill Boards, but maybe it's just gonna be strong anyway. We'll have to play with it and see how it feels. When it comes to demons, they got a pretty major overhaul. Most of the Death Rattle archetype has been removed from the pool. We lost things like Soul Juggler and Doomsayer and Voidlord. We get more support for the self-damaging archetype, which is basically the Rough Weaver archetype. We get free economy on tier 3, we get free discovers on tier 5, and while we are taking damage, we can buff our demons with the Conjures. Also, Felbat got nerfed. It now just buffs your other demons, it doesn't buff itself anymore. This is not gonna be a build around card anymore, it's not a direction, or at least not a good one. It's just gonna be more of a support card for when you are doing your self-damaging stuff, in my opinion. I'm personally not a big fan of this change. I don't like self-damaging effects in the game, because what it means is that you are taking damage to get a tempo advantage, and you're gonna deal damage to your opponents with that tempo advantage. It's kind of like the same philosophy behind Lich Bass. Takes damage, becomes super strong, and then just kills everyone in the lobby. Demons are gonna function in a very similar way, so I don't like the fact that they are increasing the damage output in the early game whenever demons are in the game. The second thing that I really don't like about this archetype is that it's basically unplayable unless if you have a 2-drop called Soul Rewinder, which reads after your hero take damage, rewind it and give this +1 health. So this card is turbo broken. It's basically Kathran Atir plus Battle Master, which means that in demon lobbies, everyone is gonna buy this card when they see it on tier 2, and once you buy it, you're gonna get a bunch of gold for free. And if you roll enough demon synergies, then you will end up playing demons. And if you don't, you just got a bunch of gold for free, and then you move on with your game. The fact that anyone who gets Soul Rewinder just gets a bunch of gold and synergies and potentially direction for free, it seems too much on tier 2. I hope they change this card, maybe make it a 3-drop, maybe put a cap on its effect. I would like it better as a 3-drop, honestly. Overall, I'll be way happier if they will just get rid of this whole thing that they introduced. Obviously, it feels kinda bad to say that because it's new, we haven't even played with them. I'm just really not a fan of this mechanic. We have seen it in the past and it was pretty toxic for the game. So I'm not happy to see it make a comeback. Lastly, we have mechs. And mechs are losing Cyberdrake, Mackerel, and Grisbot, and they're pushing more towards magnetic, which is really cool. I really like the magnetic mechanic. So they're adding a new magnetic on tier 2, which is very strong, another one on tier 3, which is kind of broken if you get it early on, And then this is the new main build around for Max, which is the Scrapper. Avenge 4, get a random magnetic mech. And this card is bananas. It's like way better than Doomsayer, because first of all, it has a tribe itself. You can easily buff it and make it bigger. And it also gives you cards from a more curated pool, because instead of just getting random mechs, you are only getting magnetics, which are all very strong, and they don't even take a space on your board. So you just get stronger. That's it. You always get stronger with this card, turn after turn. The Drone and the Beatboxer are kind of win more cards. If you don't have the Scrapper, you can't really play with those because buying magnetics is just going to be too expensive. Although when you get the magnetics for free, then these cards all of a sudden become way better. So yeah, if you want to play Max, you better have a Scrapper in your comp. But unlike Demons, at least this one is a 4-drop. By the time you're on tier 4, you can start rolling and you have more agency over your shops. Another cool thing that you can do with Max, you can just buy a mech like Popbot. On tier 2, you put a Lalabot on it and it starts scaling a Divine Shields. And then on turn 3, you get a Cordotron and your Divine Shield Popbot not only scales itself, but it also gives you free gold every turn. Go on with your game, get those nice little bonus effects and just play whatever comp you like, which is very nice. That's it for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe and comment down below how I can improve these videos or which kind of videos you'd like to see in the future. As always, stay cool and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!